Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales. And today, we're going to do something different. We're going to have a drink and a discussion. Because, even though we're having a discussion, it wouldn't be Drink Tales without the drink. So what are we talking about today?
Well, summer's winding down, and we're coming up on the holiday month. And that's where all the different types of special days are popping up. Mm-hmm. And more than usual events like weddings and dinner parties and the like. Mm-hmm. Although considering, what this year has given us thus far, those type of events may not be as plentiful as in previous years. But nonetheless, they are still a thing that will be happening
right
from here and beyond. Mm-hmm. And specifically with Christmas, dinner parties, Thanksgiving, and the like.
Even Halloween.
Kind of Halloween.
I mean, you got some people out there that's like, Happy Halloween, here's your gift.
Yeah. Well,
candy in it, stuff like that.
True. And speaking of gifts, that's basically what we're going to talk about. The do's and don'ts and the like when it comes to gifting alcohol. Mm-hmm. I figure because the holidays are coming up, it would be
better to start early, have this discussion early.
Exactly. And now here's the thing. There's a lot to go into when it comes to giving alcohol as a gift. Mm-hmm. And there are some people that make mistakes, and there are some people that nail it big time or luck into the perfect gift. Mm-hmm. And I just want to go over the guidelines I go by when I gift people alcohol, because that's usually my go-to when I go to a dinner party or anything like that, or when I want to give a gift either for Christmas or Thanksgiving or weddings or even birthdays. Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna discuss what I do.
Okay.
And you can agree or disagree or whatever.
All right.
So the first thing you should probably do, the very first thing when it comes to gifting alcohol to whoever it is you're going to give it to, find out if they drink.
Yeah. You don't want someone to open up a wedding gift or a birthday gift and it's a bottle of bourbon or something, and they've been sober for the last 10 years.
Exactly. And, if that's the case, if you don't drink, I can't help you. If your guest, if the receiver of the gift does not drink, I don't know what to tell you. Start over, you lose.
Although I would say if you're giving someone a gift and you don't know whether they drink or not and you're considering alcohol, how close are you to this person?
Exactly. And perhaps if you're someone that likes to prepare for these type of things way in advance, gauge that person to see what it is that they like. Maybe question them about it, not near their birthday or whenever the event is, just to throw people off the scent or whatever. Ask them about what they like and what they drink and everything like that.
As an added addendum, ladies and gentlemen, if you're doing this for your significant other, definitely find out in advance.
If you don't know what your wife or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend drinks, if you don't know what their alcohol preferences are,
then maybe the gift might be divorce papers.
Yeah. Or
you don't know them.
Exactly.
You clearly don't know them.
But beyond that, when you get that information, the second thing that I like, the second, I guess, rule as it were, would have to be price. And I'm just going to put it out here. Nothing below $20. And that's a safe price as far as I'm concerned.
Well, when you consider alcohol in general, if you're buying anything that that you can't buy out of a grocery store, you're gonna be paying over $20 anyway. Like if you have to go to the liquor store to get this particular item, it's going to cost more than $20.
So not all the time.
Yeah.
There's bottom shelf alcohol and everything like that. You know, you don't want to be that guy or that girl that gives your best friend or your girlfriend or your husband or boyfriend or whatever. You don't want to be that person that gives them a cheap wine or a cheap alcohol. So $20 is where you start, and you go up from there. And here's the thing. They always say money isn't in... What's that phrase?
Money isn't an object.
Yeah. But... Or that the amount of money you spend shouldn't matter. It's the thought that counts. The amount of money... In this case, the amount of money you spend does matter. And I know that sounds messed up or whatever, but the amount of money you spend determines the quality of the spirit that you're giving out to the person that's going to receive this gift.
I'll push back slightly. If $20 is the minimum starting point, then you can still, if you're going into it with the mindset of, you know, not being too expensive and $20 being on the cheaper end, then the price doesn't really matter in that sense. It's how you present. I think you could buy something within that range, and as long as it's presented in a way that the gift receiver enjoys, then it was about the thought.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because that leads into my next rule, as it were. Don't just get a bottle. The presentation does matter. And I'm going to throw some pictures up, so, you know, they're going to be around the screen, so you guys can see examples of what I'm talking about. I put the $20 limit in because of the fact that depending on where you shop at, and that's going to be another rule, depending on where you shop at, you can get good deals on liquor and wine that's packaged and boxed as a gift set for $20. Well, not specifically at $20,
but within that price range.
Exactly. Like maybe the lowest you'll get is like $26 to $28, and then it goes up from there depending on what the alcohol is. But you know, if your limit, if your lowest price is $20, you start from there. Then the most expensive thing, well, the least expensive thing that you're probably gonna find that follows Rule 3 is gonna be at around $26 to $28. So you're in good. And there are a lot of liquors and wines that come in box sets, and they'll have extra things like a picture or glasses, you know, stuff like that. That kind of thing makes the gift that you give a lot more presentable.
Exactly.
Like
it pluses the presentation.
Exactly.
I would also say too, since we're talking about plussing the presentation, let's say you're sticking with that $20 limit, but you don't buy a box, you buy a bottle. Well, depending on the time of year, depending on the situation, depending on the special occasion, you can also take that bottle.
Prime example. So we got a reasonably priced champagne here. And continue what you were gonna.
So you could also take that, and in some cases maybe it's a smaller bottle, but we're using this champagne bottle as an example. Now, it didn't come in an exorbitant box or a case or anything like that. It didn't come with any glasses. You just have this bottle of champagne. So what you can do is adorn it with other things.
For example, like a tag or whatever that may have.
Get creative. Put a tag on it. One thing I would say is look online, find out different cocktail recipes that goes well with the bottle that you're buying. Do a presentation on a tag like this. Create a tag. Everybody has internet, or most people have internet. You can get creative. Create a tag with different cocktails on there as recommendations on what they can drink.
Exactly.
And how they can use the bottle that you're giving them.
And this is especially helpful if you're getting something like that isn't a base spirit. So most likely a liqueur. Mm-hmm. If, for example, if you're getting limoncello, which limoncello is, I would have to say, one of the more famous liqueurs because of the fact that you can either mix it in a drink, but more famously, it's for drinking.
Right.
You can drink it straight up. But, like, if it's something like this is gonna sound weird because I wouldn't know anyone that would gift this to anybody, but like a creme de menthe, like or you provide them, and the creme de menthe is of high quality. You provide them with a tag that has some recipes you can make with the creme de menthe. Don't get creme de menthe as a gift.
And it doesn't even have to be. And see, we're going off the $30 limit. So remember when I pushed back earlier on the price? I would even say I'll even push back a little bit more and help those who think, well, $20 might still be a little much. Help them plus it. Let's say it's a little bit under $20, but it's a well-known liquor, and maybe the person you're giving it to, maybe it's their favorite thing to drink. So how do you plus that gift? You add other things to it.
Exactly.
And make it part of a set. Let's take, Christmas is coming up. You're buying this for a dad. We have a friend whose wife did this for Father's Day. She bought him a bottle of bourbon, but she put other stuff around it, like a tie or like a shaving set. Get real fancy with it.
Exactly.
If you don't spend more than $20 on the liquor, then the other stuff that you buy that goes with it, put all together, makes it a more pricey gift.
And I'm gonna stress this: if you're not getting a liquor or a wine that's in a box or comes in a gift set or whatever, like I said, you do the tag thing, but also put it in a bag.
Yeah, put it in a nice bag.
Especially because you also have to read the room, as it were, when it comes, like, where are you giving them this gift? What is the layout or whatever. Like, you don't want to gift your boss a bottle of something and you do it at work, and then you come in there and you just have the bottle out. Like, that's gross. Put it in a nice bag, maybe put some tissue paper or whatever over it, and when you present it to them at work during the lunch birthday presentation or whatever, like, you don't look like a jackass. Let's be sedity a little bit, people.
Exactly. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because the next topic was presentation and how you wrap stuff like that. You can go with bags. We talked about buying box gift sets. Pro tip: unless it's a wine, unless you've done your research on that wine, don't buy boxed wine. It comes off as cheap. Yeah.
Never buy boxed wine. I'll say this as well. Beer is a bad gift. Beer is kind of a bad gift.
Context matters.
Context does matter.
If like, I'm your homie or your bro, and I know that's what you like, and it's like, yo, dog, this is what I got you, and I got you a 6-pack of of that beer that we had one time across the country, but they don't sell it here.
Mm-hmm.
But I went across the country to
And
get
got
it
that for you.
or I had it mailed to me.
But like
the context matters.
But like, fellas, ladies, don't get your significant other a beer. Like you won't get the draws or GTD if you gift them a beer.
I would say, he says don't get a beer. I would say context. Read the room, and context matters.
Yeah.
It definitely matters. And that goes with gifting alcohol in all circumstances. Like, you don't want to get anything that is considered rather crass for a polite event.
Exactly.
You know, because we're talking about holidays and birthdays and weddings and stuff like that. But there might be like dinner parties or stuff like that. You know, dude, you might have to put a shirt and tie on when you go to this thing.
Exactly.
So
Or even
you want to look sedity.
Exactly. Precisely. So
you don't want to roll up in there and you bust out with a bottle of Red Rooster or something like that, and it's like, yo, this is, you know, happy wedding day or whatever.
Exactly.
And then everybody's giving you a side eye.
Yeah, and that goes to another rule. Do your research in regards to what to buy and what you're buying. Mm-hmm. You don't want to, for example, let's take wine and champagne. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this, me not being a wine and or champagne expert. Mm-hmm. The research and everything like that is dense. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot that goes into knowing what type of wine to buy or champagne. Mm-hmm. You know, what occasion you buy that wine, mm-hmm. how much it's going to cost, mm-hmm. stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff like that. If you're dead set on getting a wine or champagne as a gift, depending on the circumstances or whatever, mm-hmm. do your research and know what the best wine is to buy. And align that with the taste of the person you're giving this wine to.
And I'll say this as well. You said the research is dense for champagnes and wines. Mm-hmm. I would say that the research is dense for most anything that you're going to do research for in this subject. But it's a good thing this video came out on Wednesday in September, on like the first Wednesday in September. So you got time mm-hmm. to do your research, because you know that a wedding's popping off soon. Exactly. Or Christmas is coming up.
Exactly.
So you can watch this video now and you can start doing your research now. Mm-hmm. So speaking of research, one other thing that I want to say, and maybe you still have some stuff to say, so maybe this won't be the last thing.
Yeah, I still got some stuff to say.
So one thing I'll say, and this puts a final nail in the coffin on presentation. Mm-hmm. If you get stuck at all, and let's say you're not that creative when it comes to thinking about stuff on the fly on how to present liquor as a gift, Google is your friend.
Exactly.
You just Google and you'll find plenty of suggestions. There's a website called Pinterest. All you gotta do is Google stuff. A lot of suggestions from Pinterest will come online. Pinterest is your friend.
Exactly.
Even if they don't give you the directions of what they did, just looking at it can probably spark inspiration for something else.
And I'll do a little side hack to that. Google what you want, and then click on the images section, mm-hmm. and then just scroll down the images and see what you'll get ideas from that.
Exactly.
So something else I wanted to throw out there too, because I feel this is important, is where you get your gift. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to scratch off a few places that you don't get your gift at. Walmart, Kroger, the corner store. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to want to go to a moderately sized liquor store that has a variety of selection. Mm-hmm. Do not go to Walmart to get a wine.
Don't go to Publix either. I know Publix is a little more highfalutin than Walmart, but don't go to Publix.
Exactly.
Yeah. you don't want to just go to any liquor store. You do want to go. I would even argue that you might want to go to a liquor store that might be seen as a bit of a specialty liquor store. Mm-hmm. And by specialty, I mean it's a more bigger liquor store. You don't want to go to the liquor store that's on the corner.
Yeah. So a prime example of where you want to go, Total Wine and More. Because Total Wine and More. You know what?
It
stretches out because
it's national.
Because you got something. You got one in Miami.
Yeah, Total Wine and More. Although they do beer and wine, they don't do liquor. But that's
depends because I know, for example, so spoiler alert for a future episode. There's a liquor that I've been wanting to get that you can't purchase it in Atlanta, but you can purchase it in Miami, and pretty much that's it in the United States.
And it's at that Total Wine and More?
Yes, it's at a Total Wine and More in Miami.
So, guys, get ready. We're going to have that on a future episode.
Exactly. But I won't get it from that Total Wine and More. I'll find some other ways to get it because I've gotten it before, but I haven't tasted it yet. But that's a long story. But the point is, Total Wine and More is your friend. You'll want to go there. If you are an Atlanta-based viewer, Towers. There are 2 locations in Atlanta. You'll want to go to Tower. They are a big liquor store.
And for those people who aren't in Atlanta, Google these places, and you'll get an idea per your state or country or wherever you are of what kind of liquor store you want to go to.
Exactly.
To get the product that you're looking for.
To anybody in New Orleans, you should not have a problem looking for a liquor store.
California, there's a lot of places in California. New York as well.
Exactly.
We've ordered rare liquors from New York.
Exactly.
So
like I'm not even worried about you guys. New Orleans, California, New York, you guys are fine. Miami, you guys are fine. But for the dude in like Montana or Iowa, this video's for you. Yeah. One more thing, you may want to order online.
Yeah. If you don't think you can find it here, or if you're like, fuck it, money's no price. Like, I'm gonna get the best, no matter how much it costs, and I can't find it in the United States because it's in, I don't know, England or Australia or something. Because remember, you're watching this video now, and the wedding's in December, so you got time.
Exactly.
So you go online, you Google it. Great, it's in Australia or it's in Japan. I can order it now. Like we said, Google it online. Just make sure that within the confines of where you live, that you are able to order it and that it will come to you within the matter of time that you need.
Exactly. And here's another thing. Sometimes those exotic liquors, sometimes I know, for example, when we went to that wedding last year and we ordered a specific liquor, which will not be named until the episode comes out. But they had it in New York. It was in a, I guess I don't know if it's a liquor store or if it was a warehouse or whatever, but they had it in New York, and we were able to have it shipped here from New York. So, you may luck up and find that particular liquor, that particular Asian, Japanese whiskey that you can only find in this particular region of Japan. It may turn up in a warehouse in New York, and then you can order it. There are websites online that you can go to and look up what they have, and they can have it shipped to them, and then they can ship it to you.
Speaking of websites, if the particular liquor has a website, you could probably order it straight from the source.
Exactly.
So is there anything else that you have?
That's all I have, and my chairman's reserve is out, so we can
Mine
end this
is
video.
too. But I will say one more thing. If we missed anything, and you guys, look, we're just giving out what we think. Maybe there's someone who's watching this that knows better than we do.
Exactly.
Put it in the comments.
Because they may look at this video and be like, nope, all wrong. Here's what you do.
Put it in the comments. We definitely will take that suggestion. But we want to learn too.
Exactly.
Maybe we've been fucking up.
Exactly. All I know is this is how I've been doing it. You know, my boss didn't complain. She's enjoying her limoncello or whatever.
And it worked out great. Oh, add an addendum to ordering stuff online. Also, take into consideration that COVID is messing up delivering stuff.
Exactly.
So, like I said, if you're watching this video today and you have a wedding in December, you might want to get on it after you're done with this video.
Exactly.
But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all upcoming content to the channel. And be sure to check us out on Instagram. Be sure to check us out on Twitter. But until next time, everyone, peace. Get on that gift.